The NBA is filled with some of the best athletes in the world, and throughout its long history, these athletes have created some truly amazing moments. These moments were etched into the minds of basketball fans everywhere. Although there are hundreds of legendary moments throughout the NBA's history, picking the 8 greatest moments out of them all can be hard, and this is subjective. There are chances that some of your favorite moments could not make it into these 8. Different moments can have different weights for each individual fan. That's why we try to be as objective as possible and pick the 8 moments that truly define the sport. Let's take a walk down memory lane and look at the 8 greatest moments in NBA history. Number 8. Michael Jordan's I'm Back. In 1993, Michael Jordan was the face of the NBA. He led the Bulls to 3 consecutive NBA titles, became the league's scoring leader for 7 seasons in a row, won 3 NBA MVP awards, and earned countless other achievements. He was at the peak of his career. So, when Jordan announced at the end of the 1993 season that he would retire, the basketball world, no, the entire world was shocked. Fans were left wondering about his motive. He later said that he had been pondering retirement since a year earlier because he had lost his desire to play basketball amidst all attention on him. The murder of his father earlier that year, who he was very close with, helped him shape the decision. Jordan would then try his hands at baseball, signing a minor league baseball contract with the Chicago White Sox. He said that this decision was to honor his late father's dream, who always wanted his son to play in the major league. The Bulls, who had won the 3 previous championships, struggled without Jordan leading the team. But you can't take the basketball out of a basketball player for too long. And in 1995, he announced his return to the NBA. The announcement? A 2-word press release, I'm back. This announcement signaled a comeback for the Chicago Bulls. Jordan would then lead the Bulls to the legendary second three-peat, becoming the NBA champion in 96, 97, and 98. Number 7. Bird's left-handed triple-double. Bring up Larry Bird to anyone who was a fan back in the day, and Magic Johnson will likely come up too. Many people give credit to the two of them for saving the NBA when they came onto the scene in 1979. They began an era where the Los Angeles Lakers and Boston Celtics rivalry became relevant again and dominated the NBA scene for several years. Bird was a standout player during his 13 years with the Celtics, helping them make it to the NBA Finals 3 times. He garnered many awards throughout his career, including MVP 3 times, All-Star 12 times, and 10 All-NBA selections. His impressive resume led to a quick induction into the Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. But you can't tell the legend of Larry Bird without mention of February 14, 1986. The Boston Celtics were on a long Western Conference trip in the middle of the 1985 and 86 season. They were set to face the Portland Trail Blazers at the Memorial Coliseum. They had lost only once during the past 5 weeks. The Celtics also had an upcoming game against their rival, the Los Angeles Lakers. He was probably feeling bored and wanted to do something to break the monotony. Before the game against Portland, he said, "Tomorrow night's the last game of the trip. I'm going to play this one left-handed. Well, at least through 3 quarters. I'm saving my right hand for the Lakers." Although he didn't play the entire game left-handed, he managed to score 20 out of 47 points using his left hand. Bird finished the game with 47 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists, in a 120-119 overtime victory. That was a legendary feat from the master of trash talking. Number 6. Magic Johnson's baby hook. The rivalry between Magic Johnson and Larry Bird was one of the best in sports. The two stars were constantly competing against each other, and it was known that if one succeeded, the other was sure to follow suit. In Game 4 of the 1987 NBA Finals between Magic Johnson's LA Lakers and Larry Bird's Boston Celtics, it was Johnson's turn to steal the show. The Celtics managed to make it 2-1 for the series after their close win in Game 3, and it looked like the Celtics were about to make it 2-2 after taking a big lead in the 3rd quarter of Game 4. But the Lakers managed to fight back and chip away at the Celtics' lead. With 7 seconds left on the clock, the Lakers were trailing 106-105. Johnson received an inbound pass, and with the Celtics' Robert Parrish tightly guarding him, he drove to the baseline, evading Parrish. Kevin McHale went to double-team him, and Johnson tossed up a one-handed 12-foot hook shot that swished through the net with 2 seconds left. The hoop was dubbed the baby hook, and it sent the Lakers to an eventual 3-1 series victory over Bird's Celtics. It also helped cement Johnson's legacy as one of the greatest players in NBA history. Number 5. Kobe and Shaq alley-oop. Kobe Bryant to Shaquille O'Neal alley-oops are among the most iconic and lasting NBA images of the early 2000s. Entering the playoffs with the top overall seed, the Lakers would defeat the Sacramento Kings and Phoenix Suns before meeting the Portland Trail Blazers in the Western Conference Finals. Los Angeles took a 3-1 series lead, but then dropped 2 games in a row to Portland to set up a winner-take-all Game 7. The Lakers were low on confidence entering into Game 7. They were trailing by 15 points with just over 10 minutes left. But then, 2 of the greatest players in Lakers history history led the team through an impressive comeback. Their incredible comeback was cemented with Kobe's right-to-left crossover followed by a lob to Shaq, resulting in an easy slam dunk. With that play, Los Angeles not only won that year's championship title, but the next 2 crowns as well. Number 4. Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. No list of the best NBA moments would be complete without mentioning Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. On March 2, 1962, Chamberlain and his Philadelphia Warriors faced off against the New York Knicks in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Chamberlain had already scored 41 points by halftime. However, it didn't seem that special because he would often end the halftime with 30 or 35 points. Frank McGuire, the Warriors coach at that time, said to his players, "Let's get the ball to dip. Let's see how many he can get." That simple tactic proved effective. Chamberlain scored 59 points in the second half, making him the first and only player in NBA history to ever score 100 points in a single game. It's a legendary feat that will probably never be surpassed by any other players. The only reason this one sits at number 4 is that there's no video footage of the game. There's only audio recordings of the game's fourth quarter, and eyewitness accounts from the 4,000-member audience on that historic day. Number 3. Kobe's 81 points against the Raptors. Kobe Bryant's epic performance against the Toronto Raptors in 2006 is one for the ages. With an astonishing 81 points, he set a single-game scoring record that still stands to this day. This moment will always be remembered as one of Kobe's greatest achievements and one of the greatest moments in NBA history. Kobe was already a star by the time he played against Toronto, but this night he reached another level of greatness. He started off hot and didn't slow down until the final whistle. Bryant shot 28-46 from the field and 18-20 from the free throw line during his 81-point performance. His 81-point performance is a reminder of just how great Kobe was. He was an all-time great and one of the most iconic players in the history of the NBA. This moment will forever be remembered as one of basketball's greatest moments. Number 2. The block. The block is one of the most iconic moments in NBA history. It happened during Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. The game was tied at 89 with less than 2 minutes remaining. Rebounding a missed floater by Kyrie Irving with less than 2 minutes left, Golden State's Andre Iguodala started the Warriors' fast break and was about to finish it. He took a bounce pass from Steph Curry and went up for a layup that would break the 89-89 tie and ignite the Oracle Arena crowd. Except that LeBron James had other ideas, chasing down Iguodala and smacking his attempt against the backboard on the right side of the rim to put the ball back in the Cavaliers' hands. ESPN's Mike Breen screamed in disbelief. Neither team had scored since the 4:39 mark, and with the block, the Warriors were done scoring for the night. That legendary block helped LeBron to deliver on his promise of bringing Cleveland a title that he made on his comeback just 2 years later. Number 1. Michael Jordan's last shot, the steal. There's no doubt that Michael Jordan is the one person most responsible for the popularity of basketball today. His career is the stuff of legends, and that's only furthered by Nike's marketing machine. He quit basketball multiple times, but his 1998 retirement game went down in history. It was the last dance for Jordan and coach Phil Jackson. The Chicago Bulls were behind the Utah Jazz in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. After making some deft moves to get to the hoop, Jordan scored a huge layup with 40 seconds left to tie the game at 3 points. The Bulls were still trailing by 1 point, and it was Utah's turn to play ball. Despite John Stockton's efforts to feed Karl Malone in the post, Jordan rushed in and stole the ball from his grasp. Jordan then ran down the court and used a crossover dribble and a slight shove on Brian Russell to nail a 20-foot jumper for an 87-86 lead with 5.2 seconds to play. That jumper ended up being the game winner as the Bulls clinched the title to complete their second three-peat. Jordan's last shot will always be remembered as one of the greatest moments in NBA history. It was a perfect end to an incredible career and cemented Jordan's place in basketball immortality. These 8 moments represent some of the most thrilling and unforgettable games in the history of the NBA. From Michael Jordan to LeBron James, these players have left an incredible mark on the game and have created some of the most iconic moments in sports. The NBA is full of thrilling moments like these, and they will live on in the memories of basketball fans for years to come. Click like and share if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more NBA videos.